Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
This is the GBN television news for today, Monday, September 6, 2021. I am Beverly Telesford. In the headlines, a 26-year-old and a vaccinated woman among Grenada's latest COVID-19 related deaths. Medical practitioner urges Grenadians to stop self-medicating as debate rages over whether it's the flu or COVID-19. Opposition leader urges greater vaccination uptake and notes its origins in the 1930s. Karakou records about a half-dozen COVID cases and adopts measures to minimize COVID spread. RGPF enforcing strict protocols to protect its officers as increasing numbers are diagnosed with COVID-19. And around the globe, parents in Guyana unbothered by unvaccinated teachers. And in sports, Grenadian Teddy Bishop smashes an unbeaten 97 runs in the second one-day international of the West Indies Rising Stars Tour of England. We'll have the details of these and other stories after this message.
Are you a small business and would like your business to grow? Do you have an event, products or services that people should know about? Be wise. Advertise. Book your spot on GBN Shopping Guide. Be part of Grenada's biggest advertising medium, the Grenada Broadcasting Network. Call our sales department now on 440-2446 or 440-3033 or GBN plus the number sign. Email us at sales@gbn.gd. Special conditions apply.
Good evening, this is GBN's News at 7. The coronavirus is having its day in Grenada, as Health Minister prophesied several weeks ago. The virus has claimed its 12th victim in Grenada, according to figures issued by the Health Ministry. As you will hear in this summary from Chrislina John, the number of deaths and hospitalizations have risen exponentially during the last 72 hours.
One vaccinated person among the 12 COVID-19 related deaths. Health Minister Nicholas Steele indicated that it was a lone elderly female in her 90s. The minister also highlighted the number of persons presently hospitalized.
And that was a 97-year-old female. 29 patients in total. 7 are critical. 2 of those 7 is a very bad prognosis.
A press statement from the Government Information Service stated that most of the COVID-19 deaths were unvaccinated people. However, it provided no breakdown on how many persons who died were vaccinated. 7 more COVID-related deaths were announced in the past 24 hours, which brings the total number to 12 since the start of the pandemic in Grenada in March 2020. Minister Steele explained that it can be ruled a COVID death even without a post-mortem.
The same way when somebody is run over by a vehicle or knocked down by a vehicle, you don't need to have an autopsy to prove that it was because of the vehicle or death that they died. That the body from the trauma of the vehicular accident or the body from the trauma of COVID-19 succumbs, and its weakest spot eventually becomes its failure spot. So yes, that is why with COVID-19, the information known worldwide, it is not necessary to go all the way to an autopsy, because you know that this is what has caused the trauma to result in whatever part of the body failing to cause hospitalization.
The deceased, all of whom had comorbiditis, were confirmed cases of COVID-19, ranging in age from 26 to 85 years. The Ministry of Health has also confirmed that 5 of the deaths were among patients admitted to the General Hospital, with 1 death at the Princess Alice Hospital, the 7th person dying at home. Data provided by the Ministry of Health indicates that 4 of the deceased are females and 3 males. 4 of the deceased were residents of St. George, while the remaining 3 were from St. Andrew. The Ministry of Health continues to encourage Grenadians to get vaccinated, as this reduces the risk of severe diseases, hospitalization, and death attributed to COVID-19. They are also encouraging the population to follow the recommended COVID-19 protocols to safeguard themselves. Christelina John, GBN News.
A local medical practitioner is concerned that persons who are displaying symptoms of COVID-19 are self-medicating for the common cold without getting tested. He tells GBN that this is dangerous and persons should get tested.
With over 1,000 active COVID-19 cases in Grenada and the Ministry of Health continuing rigorous contact tracing in almost all parishes, speculations are rife that many of the cases are only that of the flu, which is common at this time of year. Medical practitioner Dr. Terence Marishow is appealing to people to stop the assumptions.
But the COVID tests are COVID specific. They detect COVID, not the flu. We're not doing flu testing here. We are doing COVID testing. So the ones that will turn up positive, you think they have 400 and odd cases because of some random thing that they pulled out of a hat? No, it's because they did testing. And the tests that we have now, as far as we can see, they're quite reliable.
The Ministry of Health is concerned that persons who are exhibiting symptoms are home and treating themselves for the flu without proper medical advice.
In these critical times, I don't think we should be wondering whether it is a flu or whether it is a COVID. People need to get themselves tested in this time to ensure that it is not COVID and it is a flu. The increase we are seeing right now ought to be concerning to just about everybody, because we're not talking about a simple increase in cases, we're talking about an exponential increase in cases which have been detected. We are capable of providing tests and doing testing to ensure and to confirm that what we are dealing with is COVID versus the flu.
Health officials are also appealing to those who are exhibiting symptoms to practice all proper hygienic measures to curb the spread of the virus.
The Royal Grenada Police Force is not being spared the wrath of the deadly coronavirus. Dozens of officers have been diagnosed as being COVID-19 positive. Rena Perry-Thomas tells us more in this report.
We have been sanitizing all of our buildings. We have brought in several companies or a particular company that have been assisting us in sanitizing most of our police stations, in addition to the officers themselves who have protocols to follow with respect to sanitization, with respect to the distancing, with respect to wearing of masks, with respect to washing of hands.
That was Deputy Commissioner of Police Michael Francois outlining some of the measures put in place to safeguard officers and to curb the spread of the virus within the Royal Grenada Police Force. Francois was reassuring members of the force, their families and the public that the lawmen will be safe. He announced the confirmation of over 80 positive COVID-19 cases within the RGPF.
I can confirm to you now that as it stands of today, we have 82 positive cases within the Royal Grenada Police Force. 11 of those were overnight within the last 24 hours. So as of yesterday, it was 71, and we had 11 in the last 24 hours. So as it stands now, we are 82. This is significantly affecting the operations of the Royal Grenada Police Force. However, with our commitment to do what is expected of us to ensure the safety and security of Grenada, we are pushing ahead.
In August, the RGPF announced its first COVID-19 case in the St. John district, prompting the Ministry of Health to administer rigorous contact tracing and testing throughout all departments. The Deputy Commissioner is also appealing to members of the RGPF to play their parts to protect their families and co-workers.
We do have our tests that are carried out at the stations with respect to the monitoring of persons' temperature and all the protocols that are established. We are following them at the stations to ensure. And at the same time, I must point out that we are also recommending to officers that they should get vaccinated. This is something that we have been going right around the police force and encouraging officers to do. It's not mandatory, but we have been advising officers in their best interest and their family interest that they should get vaccinated.
He was speaking at a special media briefing held by members of the RGPF over the weekend. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear-Thomas reporting.
Meanwhile, if you are outside when you should not be, you had better be aware that the lawmen will be out. They will adopt a zero-tolerance policy in enforcing new containment measures, which were announced by Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell on the weekend.
Assistant Commissioner of Police Jessamine Prince says the new emergency powers regulation issued by Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell over the weekend will be strictly enforced by officers of the RGPF. ACP Prince explained that officers will be patrolling the towns, ensuring that all protocols are kept in and outside business places. He informed that during the no movement days, roadblocks will be erected.
What you're going to be seeing us doing in the coming days, as of tonight, is our patrols will be out in every community, on the streets, and checking on businesses, checking on people for wearing the mask and for adhering to the protocols and complying with the curfew regulations. You're also going to see various roadblocks throughout the state, and again, accessing passage through these roadblocks require every person, to have an access pass, which would be issued by the Royal Grenada Police Force.
Essential workers are asked to comply with the lawmen by showing their IDs, passes, and other information needed when they are stopped at the various checkpoints. In the regulation, there are listed a number of essential workers. And if you are belonging to any entity, any company or institution, and that institution has an ID system, we are expecting and anticipating that you will have that ID system with you when you are accessing the checkpoints. If you are without an ID, accessing these checkpoints could become very difficult. All passes will be issued by the RGPF through written applications, which will be reviewed by the officers. Deputy Commissioner of Police Michael Francois warns that anyone who attempts to forge passes will face the full extent of the law.
I'd like to encourage persons to be very careful if you would be attempting to do such in presenting a pass that is not authentic, because you're not only going to be dealt with for the COVID regulations, but the other general criminal laws of Grenada is going to kick in, where you're going to be arrested for those as well. So we are aware, as Mr. Prince rightly indicated, what are the features on our passes. We have specimens of all the passes that are to be issued, and in the event that any pass is uttered to a police officer on the ground, and it is recognized to be not authentic, we are going to be dealing with this very seriously with respect to the laws of Grenada, COVID-wise, and the criminal laws of Grenada.
Persons and business owners who are seeking passes can send their applications to rgpfcovidops@gmail.com. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear-Thomas reporting.
And while the lawmen give effect to the rules, some are crying out. Farmers and fishermen are among those voicing concerns. More in this Christina John report.
Farmers and Fishers representative in the Senate, Roderick St. Clair, says farmers have been reaching out to him concerning their position with the adjustments in regulations.
And fishers and so on need to fit in within all of this. I've also been in discussion with also even some of the fisheries extension and start looking at the issues. I think we are making good progress from where I sit. And the police, I think, have done a wonderful job in explaining that you have your ID, you're going about your normal business. This is the most important thing. The second part is that we want to also recognize to the authority for maybe the first time, and I hope it's not revoked or repealed, that our whole agriculture sector, farmers and fishers, are recognized as an essential service.
St. Clair wants farmers to act responsibly, given the fact that they are considered essential service providers.
I don't expect you to be in such period when you should be in a way of alacrity, as you say, moving to your business, liming and hanging and doing things that is not towards what you're supposed to be doing. Then that creates a problem for not only one individual, but for the whole sector, and then we can lose the gains that we have made. So I am making a special appeal in this regards, that we conduct our business in a purposeful way, for which we are given the permission to do.
This is his advice to farmers without a farmer's ID.
But farmers have to mind their business. And IDs are an important thing, and so you need to ensure that if you are getting problems and challenges, then there are ways to report it and get that matter resolved.
Police say farmers have been taken into consideration as essential workers within the new regulations and can request a pass to ply their trade.
The Act speaks to farmers and so on being allowed to move with the express approval by the Commissioner of Police. So the expectation is that a farmer would apply for a permit to operate during that period of time, and they will be given the permit to move between the period of the curfew, not the period of the curfew, but the period of the restriction of movement, whether it is during the curfew or during the weekend lockdown period. Once that permit is given to the person, that permit will be valid upon the expiration of the period of the curfew.
Christina John, GBN News.
This is News at 7 coming up. Carriacou and PT Martinique face some similar challenges to mainland as the islands battle the virus. Stay with us.
Hassle-free loans for your every need. Courts have you covered, best believe. Courts ready cash is for everyone. Not to worry, fast approval. Hurry up and come. We got it all. We on the go. Courts ready cash, you already know. We got it all.
Ready cash. Ready when you are.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
Let's get tough on greed, yeah, larceny. It will destroy our economy. Larceny threatens our food security. Can hurt us locally, hurt us globally. To all the buyers, ask for license from all produce sellers. To all the people, 300 for police for them thieving fellas. To all the farmers, please don't steal produce from your brother. Then you're selling to traffickers, hotels and street vendors. Nah, man. Let's do all we can to stop radio larceny. New vigilance, new laws, and a tough judiciary. Stop Grenada's organized business crime. It's time.
To report previous larceny, call 300.
The Grenada Conference of Seventh-day Adventist Youth Department presents Megafest Metamorphosis 2021 with evangelist Pastor Terry John. Join our youth for this life-changing experience beginning September 3rd and continuing 6:30 p.m. nightly. Come hear inspiring messages of hope such as guilty pleasures, hooked on hype, and failure is not final. Tune in to Mission Live GND via YouTube and Facebook to encounter soul-stirring singing, theatrics in drama, youth in poetry, and much, much more.
Hello, everybody. I have got some exciting news just for you. Grenada is on the road to Dubai Expo 2020. Now, I know the pandemic has slowed us down just a bit, but this is your chance and your opportunity to showcase your business, products, and services to Dubai and to the whole world. So be a sponsor and jump on board. You can contact the Ministry of Foreign Affairs at 536-9818 or 440-2640. You can also pitch us an email at internationalbusinessgda@gmail.com. Grenada is on the road to Dubai Expo 2020, and you do not want to miss this opportunity. So see you there.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
Across Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique, Flow has been the leading telecommunications provider for decades. As we continue to work for you, we are modernizing our fixed network and transitioning all customers to our latest technology. By the end of 2021, the new network offers customers faster speeds, better quality, and a more reliable service experience with faster fault detection and repair time. Upgrading to the new network is free. Just visit any of our retail outlets. Look out for sales agents in your community. Call our virtual store at 444-3569 or send us a text via WhatsApp at 407-3569. Remember, as we transition to our new network, we are simultaneously shutting down our older network. To avoid service interruption, arrange to make your move to the new network as soon as possible. Flow, committed to connecting our communities.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
As one, yeah, play it safe. We best, yeah, with passion, courage, and love, we in this together now.
Republic Bank, official banking partner of CPL 2021.
Welcome back. As the mainland continues to struggle with the spread of COVID-19, the sister isle of Carriacou is also fighting the virus with 4 confirmed cases. Government officials have already implemented measures to protect Carriacou and Petite Martinique from the virus. Rena Perry-Thomas tells us more.
Health officials in Carriacou have confirmed 4 positive COVID-19 cases with mild symptoms. 2 of the individuals recently traveled to Grenada. The remaining 2 have no travel history over the past 2 weeks and are not part of the contact tracing of the first 2 individuals. Medical doctor Wilfred Seesaw, attached to the Princess Royal Hospital, says despite this, they cannot yet confirm community spread.
So it's important
to know that we're going in a very serious situation now here in Carriacou. We can't confirm community spread, but of course that could be a talk of the coming days, because as things looking right now, we cannot confirm it as yet. And we are trying with all the cases that we have so far. Contact tracing has started on all these 4 cases. So far, thank God, we didn't get no new, no confirming case from the contact of all those 4 cases that we have so far. But of course, we cannot say yet, because days coming that we have to do testing still, and some of these contacts has to be retested still.
The doctor was speaking alongside the Minister of Carriacou and Petit Martinique Affairs and the local government, Kendra Matuin Stewart, on a radio interview over the weekend. Minister Stewart acknowledged that, like mainland Grenada, they have been faced with non-compliance of protocols from persons in the community. She said many households and businesses are affected by the virus.
And what we have noticed with the cases that are coming forward are young persons so far. Are young persons, and these persons are unvaccinated. What I can say is that there are several households, several businesses as well, including some government businesses or some government buildings that will have to be shut as a result of the contact tracing and the isolation that is necessary and needed at this time to get a handle and a hold as to our present circumstances. But in terms of numbers, we are unable to say, well, 40, 50, but a significant number of households are under isolation and quarantine at the moment.
Restrictions on inter-traveling between Grenada and the Sister Isles are among protocols put in place to curb the spread of the virus on the small islands. Persons who have to travel to or from the Sister Isles must submit to COVID testing and receive written clearance from the Ministry of Health. Deputy Commissioner of Police Michael Francois, in a press conference over the weekend, says the Coast Guard Department has also upped its game in enforcing protocols.
We have had our Coast Guard unit monitoring all our coastlines, and we have additionally beefed up the Coast Guard response at Carriacou and Petit Martinique. So there are vessels up there. We have sent in an additional vessel to Carriacou, which is monitoring our waters between Grenada, Carriacou, and the other islands which surround those islands. So the Coast Guard is up and about, and we are doing what is expected with respect to COVID and other illegal activities in those areas.
Grenada has over 1,000 active coronavirus cases. The numbers are expected to increase in the coming days. For GBN News, I am Rena Per-Thomas reporting.
The leader of the opposition, Tobias Clement, noting the worldwide struggle with vaccine hesitancy, said several factors must be considered even while combating the misinformation that is being spread. He used examples such as Japan, which has reported vaccination numbers to be in the teens, and the USA, where only around 30% among African Americans are vaccinated.
And this is because of what they call the Tuskegee experiment from the 1930s to the 1970s, and the way African Americans were treated. I don't even think Japan is up in the teens in terms of vaccination because of the history. Mr. Speaker, we have a lot of education to do. And while we educate our people, we must be mindful that there are other avenues of education. Vaccine hesitancy is not merely, okay, you are stupid so you're not taking the vaccine. But there are legitimate reasons why people are hesitant. And we have to educate them as to the effects and how they can overcome that hesitancy.
Clement, who has supported the vaccination campaign, highlighted the benefits of becoming vaccinated.
We see a situation now that some people are thinking it doesn't matter if I get the vaccine or not, you'll still get it. But the question is, the underlying question is that you will build up immunity to fight against COVID-19 when you take the vaccine. So you may not get as sick as if you did not have it, or you may not get as sick onto hospitalization, or you may not get as sick unto death. And the same scientists will tell you, the frightening thing about it, the longer we stay to get to that point, is the more dangerous that virus can become. There is one word that we did not speak in this house. There is what is also known as a super virus. And I pray to God, Mr. Speaker, I pray to God that COVID-19 do not come to the point of a super virus.
Occupational health and safety in the workplace continues to be a bane for some members of the Public Workers Union. This, however, is not directly related to COVID-19, but is adversely affecting employees at one of the establishments represented by the PWU. We get the details in this report.
The Richmond Home for the Elderly is undergoing full-fledged construction, according to PW President Brian Grimes, while the geriatric residents and workers share the same environment.
This is totally unacceptable. The union engaged the relevant authorities at the Ministry of Health and asked for further engagement so we can again come to a collaborative win-win situation.
Grimes says the union requested its inclusion in the process of relocating the residents and workers to another location while construction continues. However, such requests were rejected, and the union leader says the female residents were moved to 3 R's Primary School on Mars Hill.
Both locations were surveyed by occupational safety and health experts. The union has the reports, and both locations were deemed untenable for both patients and workers.
He notes the challenges such as the ongoing construction at the Richmond Home and poor air quality, as well as lack of space at 3 R's.
I know some people may ask, well, what are the workers still doing there? They are dedicated. They are basically people who are part of the essential service. So they do not want to abandon their posts. And this, I'm telling you, as president of the union, can be misinterpreted by those in authority that they are satisfied with their surroundings. And that is far from the case.
The PW president says apart from the workers' education, there is an inherent fear due to many of the employees being under contract work.
So the roof may be crumbling over their heads and they may think about paying a bill, or the child have to go to school or something of that nature. So they sacrifice, and the authorities use that against them to blackmail them to stay in environments that are detrimental to their health and safety.
GBN sought a response from Minister of Health Nicholas Steele, who says he wishes that the union would work with the ministry to find ideal solutions instead of throwing accusations.
Remember, the Public Workers Union represent the very members of the Ministry of Health. It is not the minister and the PS alone that have to solve all these problems. The very members are part of the team.
The minister says it is unfair to the health team that the PWU, rather than acknowledge the efforts to improve the conditions at the Richmond Home via the complete renovation, are nitpicking on the process. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
It's time now to take a peek through the GBN ISA lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISA is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Hey, September is just around the corner, so let's see.
Booklets, check! Bag, check! Tablet, yes! Doctor, check! Eye check!
Clear Vision Eye Center is offering all students a free eye examination.
For the holiday?
Yeah, man, and they have the best prices on glasses. I hear they have glasses as low as $450.
But you know it's only for 1 month.
Boy, let me go, I can't miss that. Clear Vision Eye Center, keeping students focused so that we can see the world with a clearer vision.
tonight's eyesore, we feature a massive pumpkin grown in the garden of Mary St. Paul, also known as Cooley. The pumpkin was grown in Waltham, St. Mark. We thank our eyesore reporter for that submission. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms. Stay with us. We'll have more news when we return.
Looking for a professional team offering around-the-clock, private and confidential nursing, medical care, and aid services? Then look no further. Nurses Care Grenada is a fully certified, insured, and licensed healthcare facility committed to the reduction and eventual elimination of healthcare disparities affecting the nation. Our registered nurses will visit you at your home, assess your condition, and provide the required treatment under the directive of a doctor. So why worry when there's Nurses Care Grenada? Give us a call, 406-3928. Nurses Care, reliable, trusted professionals we can all depend on.
Introducing Color by Sissons. 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 Color by Sissons.
Because your vehicle is a necessity, being roadworthy is critical. Hubbard's Motor Department introduces its new tire and battery sales and service outlet located at Building Supplies Compound in Grand Anse, close to the Sugar Mill Roundabout. Available are a wide range of competitively priced tires, maintenance-free batteries, oils and lubricants. Keeping in mind your busy schedule, this outlet is equipped to provide you with fast and reliable service. Simply drive in and you'll be delighted with your service experience. For more information, contact 440-2087. Hubbard's. Quality service. Affordable prices.
A whole new level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
My Digicel presents Hit by a How-To. Here is how you can purchase a plan in the My Digicel app and get instant access to all of our apps. It's simple. Let me show you how. From your home screen, find the plans and bundles icon in the lower left corner of your screen. Tap it to see your available plans and bundles. You can choose between a Prime bundle with data and talk or pick a plan from the Available Plans tab. Find the plan that's best for you, then hit confirm and you're ready to go. With your new plan, you may have access to more of our apps. Find them in the More from Digicel section and hit download for each of our new apps. You can also upgrade your current plan or bundle under the Active Plans section of your homepage. Excited to try it out? Download the My Digicel app today. My Digicel, better together.
We are all essential in the fight against COVID-19.
At Courts, we're doing our part and we encourage you to stay at home, stay safe and shop online at www.shopcourts.com.
For added convenience, our Courts online customers will receive free delivery and get up to 20% off televisions, appliances and homewares. Plus, if you shop with Ready Finance, you will pay nothing down for 60 days. Now, you can stay home, shop online, and save.
Remember, do the essential. Wear a mask, wash your hands, practice social distancing, stop the spread.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Across Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique, Flow has been the leading telecommunications provider for decades. As we continue to work for you, we are modernizing our fixed network and transitioning all customers to our latest technology. By the end of 2021, the new network offers customers faster speeds, better quality, and a more reliable service experience with faster fault detection and repair time. Upgrading to the new network is free. Just visit any of our retail outlets. Look out for sales agents in your community. Call our virtual store at 444-3569 or send us a text via WhatsApp at 407-3569. Remember, as we transition to our new network, we are simultaneously shutting down our older network. To avoid service interruption, arrange to make your move to the new network as soon as possible. Flow, committed to connecting our communities.
Welcome back. Healthy eating has many health benefits, such as reducing risks of heart disease, stroke, obesity, and type 2 diabetes. But in light of the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council is advocating healthy eating to boost the immune system and help fight the virus.
Many people are still not open to vaccination, as more than 70% of the population remains unvaccinated. Executive Secretary at the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council, Lydia Brown, explains that apart from wearing masks, washing hands, and keeping the 6 feet distancing, eating healthier plays a huge role in fighting the virus.
In strengthening your immune system, you actually allow your body to be able to recognize foreign agents entering the body, and so is able to respond accordingly. Now, we're not saying that by eating these foods, you are never going to get affected. What we're saying is by strengthening your immune system, you will give yourself a better chance. Some people may choose to take a vitamin supplement, but that is not necessary, especially that we know at this time that money might be a little bit scarce. So we can put our resources into getting food.
Healthy eating also means replacing foods that contain trans fats, added salt, and sugar with more nutritious options. A healthy diet typically includes nutrition-dense foods from all major food groups, including lens protein, whole grains, healthful fats, and fruits and vegetables of many colors. Brown outlined some of the local foods we can eat.
Eating a lot of fruits and vegetables where we will get a lot of our vitamin C's and vitamin E's, callaloo and things like that, although they have iron in them, but we must make sure that we're eating them with a vitamin C rich source. Utilizing things like our nuts and again our dry beans and peas, we can get some from our meats, which also give us a ready supply of iron.
Based on reports from the Ministry of Health, Grenada's recorded COVID-19 related deaths have underlying conditions that were linked to chronic diseases. People with other underlying conditions were also given healthy eating guidelines.
Coconut water is a good source for those persons with hypertension, bananas, and so to give them their good sources of potassium. Making sure that they look at labels on packages and making sure that they're not taking in too much sodium and hydrating sufficiently is also part of the nutritional management for hypertension. For the persons who may have diabetes, they don't want to load up excessively on the fruits, but this is where the vegetables come in again. So when you basically look at healthy eating, vegetables are on the forefront for just about every disease management.
Exercise and adequate sleep were also recommended to help boost the immune system. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
Stay with us. The sports news is up next.
It's your summer
summer everything loan from the communal. Borrow up to $10,000 for all your needs. School supplies, staycation, home renovations, appliances or furniture. You can have it all with a summer everything loan. With competitive interest rates and same-day approvals, you can't beat this loan special. Not a member? Join today to get onto this exciting offer. It's your summer everything loan from the communal. Apply today and take advantage of this exciting offer. Visit the nearest communal branch or call us at 440-1755 for more information. Lending terms and conditions apply.
Valley Pharmacy offers both wholesale and retail pharmaceutical and over-the-counter products. We have the most competitive and affordable prices. We are the agents for Vit Plus multivitamin for healthy everyday lifestyle and Sonatogen powder. Hills and Valley Pharmacy supplies the best quality, name brand clinical products such as Rescue Oil, Bio Oil, Neutrogena, Aveeno, and Clarisil. We offer the most convenient opening hours. Our telephone numbers are 435-6904 or 6903. Remember, at Hills and Valley Pharmacy, your health is our business. We care.
Now open Hills and Valley Medicare Center, your one-stop for medical supplies, massage therapy, physiotherapy, and an in-house physician. At Hills and Valley, your health is our business.
Message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Once upon a time, we shopped at Wonderland, then Neverland. But we're all grown up now and no longer believe in fairy tales. So now we just shop at Shoes R Us. At Shoes R Us, we stock the latest in shoes, tops, and jeans for the fashion-conscious lady. We also carry colognes and much, much more. And for the modern trendy male, we have the latest brand-name shoes and sneakers, Converse, Reebok, Nike, K-Swiss, Puma, and much more. So check us out at our 2 convenient locations, Melville Street in St. George and Ben Jones Street in Granville. At Shoes R Us, we say, come shop with us.
sporting fans, Grenadian rising star Teddy Bishop was one of the bright sparks as the West Indies under-19 faced off against England in the 6-match one-day international series. Bishop ended unbeaten on 97 runs from just 104 balls as he almost one-handedly led the West Indies under-19 team to 180, smashing 9 fours and the only 2 sixes of the match as wickets continued to fall around him. Extras contributed greatly to the high score for the Windies despite key partnerships with Bishop from Anderson and Isaiah Thorne. Thorne was also the pick of the bowlers, capturing 3 wickets for 54 runs, and as 32 extras proved to be deciding factor as England under-19 crawled up to 181 for 9. England under-19s won by 1 wicket with 72 runs remaining. Still in cricket, the St. Lucia Kings repeated their performance as they once again recorded a win over St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots in their 2021 Hero Caribbean Premier League encounter. The Patriots won the toss and stand-in captain Chris Gale chose to bat first, yet it turned out to be a trial by spin as they faltered for 118 all-out against the turn of Jivar Royal and Samit Patel. The Kings got off to the worst possible start in their chase, losing Andre Fletcher to a Fabian Allen delivery in the very first ball of the innings. They rebuilt via Roston Chase to comfortably reach their target of 119. Here are some match highlights.
Room going very square through the offside. And then again, more in that cover region.
Until he fell. A good catch. Dominic Drakes completing it. Fell for 22. And Ruston Chase continued along his merry way in this tournament in partnership with Kieran Kotoy. A close chance going a begging, but then he fell. Nasim Shah, his first wicket in the Hero CPL. Some more untidiness. Colin Archibald, the guilty party, and should have taken that. Nasim Shah, the bowler. And Ruston Chase, very fluent in his stroke play. Samit Patel getting a reprieve here, had to bail out Paul Van Meekeren, losing sight of the ball. But some glorious shots, especially over that wide long off region and square of the wicket from Ruston Chase.
Yeah, Ruston Chase just brought the calm towards the run chase. He got to that landmark once again, a half century, his 3rd in this season. His teammates really appreciated it. Samit Patel, his struggles came to an end. He pulled out to Dominic Drakes. And Tim David joined Ruston Chase and just finished things off in style. That a Hero maximum. And the target was achieved.
Meanwhile, Trinbago Knight Riders moved back into the top 4 of the 2021 CPL table with a 7-wicket victory over the Jamaica Tallawahs. TKR won the toss and elected to field first. This proved an inspired decision as their vaunted bowling attack ran through the Tallawahs' top order. However, Carlos Brathwaite and Imad Wasim managed to rebuild the innings to give the Tallawahs a total to try and defend. In reply, TKR overcame a rainy delay to win the game with ease, although they had several fielding mishaps to help them on their way. Lionel Simmons returned to form as his 70 led the way for the Knight Riders. Here's a recap of some highlights.
Was going in a hurry. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And then, of course, his 70. Yeah, look, he had a life, but showed his class all around the clock. And some wonderful striking and stroke play. It's just so smooth when he is in this sort of groove. Well done, Lionel Simmons. So the Hero Motorcore leaderboard. So there you go. Knight Riders leap the Warriors there because of net run rate. They have 6 points, so it goes 10-8, 2-6. Jamaica stay on 4, and the Royals at the foot of the table have 2 points.
That's sports. Stay with us for a look around the region. Welcome to your One Caribbean Media Hookup. I am your presenter, Beverly Telesford. Do parents think that teachers should be vaccinated before returning to the classroom to teach the nation's children? HGP-TV spoke with some caregivers.
As D-Day approaches for the reopening of public schools, the controversy of whether or not teachers should be vaccinated before returning to the classroom is still alive. The Ministry of Education via Minister Priya Manichan has repeatedly outlined her position on the issue, stating that educators accessing the jab would provide protection for the students against COVID-19. The union representing the interests of teachers have also had their say, reiterating that such a decision would be left solely to the teachers. Some teachers have also aired their opinions. But what is the position of parents on the issue, considering that it is their children who will be in the classroom? Nightly News took to the streets of the city to find out. The common thread among the parents interviewed seems to be that the choice should be left to the educators, and they are unbothered whether or not the teachers should access the jab, while believing that it is indeed the teacher's choice.
Pandemic-induced disruptions to global supply chains have hampered with the importation of brown and refined sugar in St. Lucia. However, the Ministry of Commerce assures the public that St. Lucia has an ample supply of the vital commodity.
Are you able to find brown sugar at your local supply store? A rumored shortage of the vital product is the center of an address by Commerce Minister Emma Hippolyte.
The Ministry wishes to assure all our stakeholders that there is no shortage of refined and brown sugar. We are simply managing our stock on hand to allow for the even distribution to our customers.
Hippolyte points to the impact of the pandemic on global supply chains.
As a result of the global pandemic, the Ministry of Commerce, Manufacturing, Business Development, Cooperatives and Consumer Affairs has been faced with periodic delays with the importation of bulk supplies of refined and brown sugar.
Worldwide, the movement of employees deemed vital to the efficient operations of supply have been limited. According to Hippolyte, the direct suppliers of the precious commodity to St. Lucia have been impacted.
Further afield, hundreds of thousands of farmers have rallied in northern India, calling on the government to repeal laws which they say are damaging their livelihoods. Their federal laws introduced last year fail to guarantee minimum prices and leave them with little bargaining power against the big retailers. More from Al Jazeera.
And with that call, farmers in India are upping the ante. Hundreds of thousands of them gather in Muzaffarnagar, 3 hours drive away from New Delhi. It's the largest rally since farmers began protesting last November, and it comes 6 months ahead of state elections.
Farmers have been protesting for 9 months, but the government is not paying heed to their concerns. Modi's government is behaving like they're dictators. They're not listening and are making life difficult for farmers.
Farmers are not getting the right price for their produce. The price of sugarcane hasn't increased in 5 years. But the price of fuel and electricity has doubled. Inflation is shooting through the roof. The BJP claims farmers' incomes have doubled. What math are they using? They should tell us.
They're opposing 3 agriculture laws passed by Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government last year. Farmers say the rules will damage their livelihoods and favor big corporations. They want them repealed. 11 rounds of talks between farmers' unions and the government have failed to resolve the standoff. And several people were injured in violence last week when police broke up a sit-in staged by farmers in the northern state of Haryana.
And that was your One Caribbean Media Hookup. I was your presenter, Beverly Telesford. Recapping the headlines, a 26-year-old and a vaccinated woman among Grenada's latest COVID-19 related deaths. Medical practitioner urges Grenadians to stop self-medicating as debate rages over whether it's the flu or COVID-19. Opposition leader urges greater vaccination uptake and notes its origins in the 1930s. Carriacou records about a half dozen COVID cases and adopts measures to minimize its spread. And the RGPF enforcing strict protocols to protect its officers as increasing numbers are diagnosed with COVID-19. In around the globe, parents in Guyana unbothered by unvaccinated teachers, while in sports, Grenadian Teddy Bishop smashes an unbeaten 97 runs in the second ODI of the West Indies Rising Stars Tour of England. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Beverly Telesford. That's the news. Good night.
The Grenada Conference of Seventh-day Adventists